What's up, everybody? I'm Damon Hatfield here with Jonathan Dornbush.
Hey.
We're just talking about this news that Bluepoint Games,
Yes.
who recently delivered the Shadow of the Colossus remaster.
That beautiful remaster.
They're already working on their next remake,
Yeah.
and they've described it as even bigger than
Yes.
Shadow of the Colossus.
And-
Which leads us to wonder, what could that be?
Clearly, Shadow was a huge undertaking because that is a full-on remake. Like, it's visually gorgeous. They built that visual template up for this new remaster.
Yeah.
My thought is possibly if you ignore they've worked a lot with Sony.
Right.
If you ignore that for a second, but
Well, you're
Yeah.
right. Just a lot of these remasters that they've done have been very closely aligned with Sony. They
Yes.
did the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah.
They did the Gravity Rush remaster. They did the God of War collection, Metal Gear Solid HD collection, and they remastered Flower
Yes.
for PS4.
Yes.
So they do like hanging out in Sony's
Sony.
neck of the woods.
which seems like a really strong possibility that this is also a Sony property. But I was racking my brain earlier, and we were talking a little bit before.
Yeah.
A really good option may be, if it is Sony aligned, Metal Gear Solid.
Because the Metal Gear Solid HD collection did not include Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yes, and that is a big game.
Yeah,
So-
that is a big game. That would count as big, I
Yes.
think. So I don't know, maybe they'd want to do another HD collection for current consoles that includes 4.
Yes, and maybe they're going back to the earlier games and really building those up again the way they
Yeah.
did with Shadow. We could be seeing something like that.
Yeah.
My personal thought is that if they aren't if we're not thinking about the Sony angle of it all,
Yeah.
it could be the Mass Effect remake that everyone wants, and EA has
Like a
finally
Mass
started to
Effect
intimate.
trilogy.
Yes, trilogy remake that EA has finally intimated is coming. We just don't really know anything about that project, what its status may be, if it's actually in development at all.
Yeah, and Bluepoint has a relationship with EA because Bluepoint did the Xbox 360 version of Titanfall.
Yes, yeah. So there's precedent there, and it seems Bluepoint likes to work with people they've worked with before,
Yeah.
especially if the Sony relationship's any indication. So those seem like the most logical bets.
Yeah.
There may be a few. They've worked really on some of the biggest Sony franchises, so it's hard to believe there's a lot left ground for them to cover.
Yeah, I think I would like to revisit the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah.
They polished that up a little bit.
Yes, I would totally be down for that, and knowing the work they do, I think they do amazing work with that franchise.
If it were more of a Sony property, though, what are other possibilities? There's Medieval.
Yes, so we know that remake is happening. They announced it at PSX. It's not, they use the word big, like this is a bigger
Yeah,
remake.
I wouldn't call that big.
Medieval is not big. It may be the undertaking is bigger. They may be working with less sort of from the original Medieval than they did with the original Shadow of the Colossus, for example.
Yeah.
So maybe a big technological undertaking, but that is not nearly as big a game.
Yeah.
But that we know is happening.
Yeah, we know that's happening.
Yes.
To my knowledge, there hasn't ever been a Siphon Filter collection.
Yes, no.
But people want a new Siphon Filter,
Yeah,
or at least
yeah.
they want to revisit those games.
Yeah, and Sony Bend is obviously working on Days Gone.
Yeah,
So-
which got delayed.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
And then I don't know, when I just think what does big mean? A classic like PlayStation 2 big game. What if it were like a GTA?
that would be
GTA 3
amazing. Yeah.
or Vice
Vice City,
City.
San Andreas.
An HD remaster of those games would be very cool.
I think that would be amazing, especially since we're getting Red Dead, which means GTA 6 or whatever it ends up being is a little ways off.
Yeah.
Seeing those beloved GTA games from the PS2 again,
Yeah.
those are big undertakings, so that definitely could be in the cards.
Yeah,
That would be
I
awesome.
don't know. I don't know if that's something Rockstar is interested in.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
always like to play with others.
Yes, yeah.
But,
Though we've seen Bully come back.
Bully did
and
come back,
remastered,
yeah.
So there's hope.
I like that. I like that. Dear viewers, what do you think? What is the next big remaster from Bluepoint Games going to be? Let us know in the comments, and as soon as we learn what it is, we'll share it with you right here at IGN.